down barriers and build bridges for a more united Los Angeles, a Los Angeles that is truly for all.
Here's the idea. In a city of 4 million people, we walk our streets, drive to our jobs. We see a lot of folks every day. We may not know them. So just reach out and say hello with a smile. It breaks down barriers. It makes new friends. Every day we meet somebody new. And just say hello brings us closer together.
Just say hello!
You know, just saying hello may seem very simple, but it can have such a tremendous effect. Builds community, you build relationships, and so we're encouraging folks how we represent Los Angeles by saying hello, getting to know your neighbors, and building bridges, especially right now in this moment. And learn to say hello in a different language. It can have such an amazing effect for non-English speakers, so you can let them know that LA is for everyone and we care about them, and we're trying to show the world what LA is really about.
Well, my dear friend Hugo was talking and reminded me that we had our hello moment too. I get elected to the city council. Hugo gets elected to the city council. Folks were just assuming who we were and telling us who we were and that we wouldn't get along. You know what we did? We just said hello. We had coffee and we sat down and we talked, and as we were talking, we realized what is inevitable in every one of these conversations that you have with someone who you don't know. You create connection. Begins with hello, but it ends with what do we believe together?
Just Say Hello es una campaña que sirve como un recordatorio a todos angelinos que para poder conectarnos y estar unidos, usualmente solo hay un simple paso, y ese paso es dar los saludos uno a otro. El decir hola, el decir buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, puede cambiar tanto y tener tan gran impacto en nuestra comunidad.
People just saying hello, it seems like a small gesture, but it goes far. And we want to be intentional to give people that vehicle to know that it's okay to just say hello, to break down barriers and to build bridges for a better Los Angeles.
LA City Rec and Parks Department joined with the Clippers and took a pickup basketball league to a citywide level. Opening up sports as an outlet for young men has been a game changer for them, both on and off the court.
We're at Michelle and Barack Obama Sports Complex, where we have this fabulous league sponsored by the Los Angeles Clippers. Been going on for years. We've been running it here, and it's a special league.
The league been around for a while. It used to be pickup throughout the city with just different communities and stuff like that. The Clippers took it over and working in conjunction with Rec and Parks. Every community has a Rec and Park. Yeah, people not sure if they could come here and play and stuff like that, but people like us, we make sure everything is safe for those different communities that can come here.
You know, with recreation and parks, our kids be here from 4 to like they 16 years old. And then after that, you know, they off on their own. They go to high school, they go to college, and then, you know, they don't have nothing to do. Now, if they don't make it in college or they're just out there in the streets, anything could happen to them, you know what I mean? So it's important that we cater to our 18 to 25-year-old because, you know, that's still developing. We gotta have something for those kids to do too as well.
Sports has opened up many doors for me to be who I am now. I go to Cal State Dominguez, go Toros. As of right now, I'm a physical education teacher. Right now, that's my major at Cal State Dominguez. I got 2 degrees from LA Harbor College as well. So, you know, but I'm an inner city kid that made a lot of mistakes, but that's why I'm here to share my knowledge.
They need to have more programs like this. For the kids to have these kind of opportunities is just no comparison. We get all walks of life. You got people that actually are in college that maybe be able to get to a higher level. You have people that are not in college that actually gets in because of this program. It's something that they need. All of us need it.
It's a good thing for all of the communities because you got some real competition out here. You got a lot of dudes that's upscale in their basketball talent.
These are the kind of things that we try to provide and have these young men come together and have a good time.
The city's emergency management department is making sure a new generation is prepared. At its Camp Ready LA, young Angelinos got insight into emergency response procedures and the opportunity to check out careers in the field.
We're here at the City of Los Angeles Emergency Operations Center, and this week is our 4th annual Camp Ready LA week in the City of LA. So Camp Ready LA is a week-long program that we facilitate here at the Emergency Management Department. It's designed to expose 18 to 24-year-olds about the profession of emergency management and other public safety sectors and disciplines. The campers go through a number of different activities over the course of the week that will familiarize them with emergency management planning topics, emergency response procedures like fire extinguishers and first aid, and ultimately they'll leave at the end of the week with a better skill set and familiarization with the emergency management profession.
I've enjoyed learning more about emergency management, about CRT, the crisis response team. I didn't know that existed, especially here in Los Angeles. We had a course on the bleed out. We put out a fire. We learned how to use a fire extinguisher. Just very interesting, very rewarding.
I wanted to know how else the city of LA, like all of them, help each other out. I wasn't too familiar with all of that, so I wanted to get a deeper understanding of what goes on behind the scenes. We also just been talking about what the Emergency Operations Center does and how it helps out the community, and there's just so much that I'm learning about that I didn't know about before.
Actually have a better idea of all the different things that city employees do. I mean, it's not just like the things you see with, you know, LAFD, LAPD, like there's people like in the background, and so it's really exciting to see.
So I actually started as a camper here. I was a participant of the Camp Ready LA program, and from there I got interested in emergency management, and I applied to be a fellow here at the Emergency Management Department. When I was a camper, I was just interested in what emergency management could be, and now that I have the experience doing Emergency Operations Center activations, I know what it's like to be behind the scenes and actually help the community, and I think that's what's the most rewarding about this.
I would definitely recommend any student, high school, I think it's 18 to 24, anybody in the age range that qualifies or that could take this program to definitely apply and do this program. It definitely opens up a lot of doors. You get to meet a lot of people. I've met a lot of great people here so far. Even if you're not entirely sure what you want to do, or if you're studying something unrelated, this is great to kind of just get your foot in the door and kind of really start that like next part of adult life.
We caught up with the Office of LA City Attorney Heidi Feldstein Soto. The team are meeting with seniors to connect them with available resources and get feedback on services they would like to see in their neighborhood.
The City Attorney's Office is... Today we are here in Council District 10, specifically at Jim Gillian Park, and we are meeting with our seniors in the community. This is a program that the City Attorney's Office has been doing for the past about 5 months now. We have visited various council districts. This is our 6th-day event today, and essentially the goal is to bring services and to introduce our seniors to the various departments and services that the City of LA, as well as nonprofits across the city, provide.
A lot of the times as seniors age, they're retired, they're out the loop. So when you have an opportunity to bring the information and services directly to them, they feel a lot more empowered, and it's one of the best ways of how we build community, is to inform each other, keep each other in the loop with what's happening, and you have an opportunity to mastermind different ways that we can get the information to them and ways that they can contribute to what they also want to see and not just what we want to offer.
We've received some great feedback from community members, and we are happy to continue hosting these events. Right now, we are aiming to host at least one event at a different council district each month.
It's really essential for all programs if we're going to thrive and provide services that are well-meaning. A lot of times people are interested in doing one-off events, but I think when you can have a web, it generates that real care that can grow, and you can be so creative, and then when you combine the resources, I think the sky is the limit.
Mayor Bass issues an emergency executive order related to the Palisades. A new guide will support City of LA childcare providers, and the LA Zoo now has 2 Tasmanian devils on view. These stories up next on City Beat.
Following an executive order by California Governor Newsom, Mayor Karen Bass has issued an emergency executive order to prohibit Senate Bill 9 within a very high fire hazard severity zone. Bass noted developers could have changed single-family lots into multiple residences, further challenging ingress and egress in the fire-damaged Palisades. According to Bass, Senate Bill 9 was not originally intended to be used in the rebuilding of a community decimated by the worst natural disaster LA has ever seen. Under this emergency executive order, the City of LA will not accept or process applications for projects within the Palisades fire area. For more information, visit mayor.lacity.gov/press. The Community Investment for Families Department has partnered with Councilmember Nithya Raman to launch a new child care toolkit. The Starting Strong Guide is designed to help in the process of beginning and growing child care businesses and to give support to existing child care operations. The Community Investment for Families Department reports that in the last decade, the City of LA has had a significant shortage in licensed child care, with only 22% of children up to age 5 having licensed care. According to Councilmember Raman, this community investment in child care providers will have an impact on future generations of Angelenos. For more information, visit communityinvestment.lacity.gov/articles. In partnership with the Australian government, the LA Zoo has received 2 Tasmanian devils named Danny Zuko and Crush. Tasmanian devils are indigenous only to Tasmania, an island state of Australia where they are the top predator. According to LA Zoo, Tasmanian devils are marsupials with the strongest bite force relative to body size of any mammal. This is the first time in 5 years that the zoo has Tasmanian devils, and they can now be seen in the Animals of Australia habitat. For more information, visit lazoo.org.
This small garden at the fire station in Woodland Hills is really only a patch, but into this patch goes a lot of community heart, and the seeds that have been planted there are now yielding some real fruits and veggies.
So we are here at Fire Station 84. We are going to be taking a look at the very abundant summer garden that we first started about a year ago. We've had 4 seasons now and everything's thriving. So this seemed like a good time to show everyone what we're up to here at Station 84 in Woodland Hills.
Okay, whoa.
There were a bunch of rose bushes that were not being taken care of. I went around, I asked everyone, does anyone care about them? And the response I got commonly was, do whatever you want with them. I fortunately teamed up with one of the local community members named Jill. We call her the plant lady, and she had a pretty heavy hand in making this garden happen.
So we kind of immediately got to work planning the concept, and it's just gone so much better than we could have even hoped for.
A lot of people are surprised how small the garden is, but it produces a big volume of produce and vegetables, and I think it's great.
So it supplements what the firefighters are already cooking. I mean, we kind of all know a pound of tomatoes is kind of expensive, so it does offset the cost of their food bills a little bit.
Having fresh fruits and vegetables does taste different, and it's rewarding. It brings me joy. I think it's great for all of us mentally. It helps us out.
It also builds community, and I think that's something really special about gardens. It brings people together, and that's something that this garden has also been doing, where the community is coming out, so we are inspiring people.
It's going in the salad tonight, boys.
The greatest thing that I take away from the garden is getting a bunch of firefighters and the community together to make something special happen. First, it wasn't easy, but it's come together in such a magical way that I'm pretty stoked about it.
Hers is a lasting legacy which began with her wish to learn how to read. The extraordinary life of Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune was honored by the Los Angeles Public Library at the branch that bears her name.
Today we're celebrating the memory of Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune. We've been dedicated to her memory, and we just thought this would be a great time, her 150th birthday.
We have a library that's named for our founder, and it does such wonderful work here in the community, and it's been here for a while. We were so proud and so happy to get that invitation to come and do this presentation here at this library.
And we have 4 or 5 leaders talking to us about the legacy of Dr. Bethune and the work they're doing for the community.
We're happy to see all these smiling faces. I'm going to kind of start it off and give everybody a little bit background and history and so forth, but then I'm going to let the other ladies kind of share some input from their own personal experiences.
I look at her as a role model whose legacy transcended decades after decades after decades.
What I really like to say in reading about Mary McLeod Bethune was a full circle moment for us as women right now.
To honor this woman who I don't even know is just amazing. And the more I've grown with NCNW, the more I've learned about her.
Her parents were slaves, and she was told that she could never be educated. And her one wish was to learn to read. Once she learned to read, the world was open to her, and she just went from there. She was the first African-American lady who worked with a number of different organizations. She was actually president of the NAACP one time. She was president of the Urban League one time. She figured out that there was power in numbers, so she wanted to put everyone together so that they could have one voice. And that still resonates today, because the issues that we had then are the issues that we still have now.
The sun's out, and there's no better time for getting the community together and hanging out at the rec center, especially when water's involved. Everyone gets to jump in before the summer slides away.
This is our summer kickoff bash, so we're welcoming the summer to our community. We've got water jumpers, we've got food, we've got ices. Basically what this is we're telling the community the summer's here. We want to get the community members together at the rec center. We're here with Resilient. It's a community outreach program. And again, it's all about making a wonderful, safe summer for our community.
We're offering goodie bags for the kids, including backpacks and school supplies for back to school. All our kids are going back to school in a month or so. And we have a lot of activities here for the kids. Water slides, jumpers, face painting, and we're serving lunch for all the members of the community who come by here today.
In spite of recent events, we just want people to know that the City of Los Angeles is still here for them. It cares about them. It wants them to know that we have resources, we have numbers they can call, we have programs that can help them. Unfortunately, a lot of them might not know about this, and we just are here today spreading the word, letting them know that it's here for them.
Hey, you guys, come over here.
It's a great opportunity to bring people from the community together. You know, a lot of times in these kind of neighborhoods, we might be neighbors, but we might not be friends. And this is a perfect opportunity for us to come and meet each other and get together and break bread all in one place.
The Los Angeles Public Library has a lot more than books on offer. Step into the Mid-Valley Branch Library and you could be stepping up your physical and mental health. This is the spot for welcoming and enthusiastic community class of Zumba.
Here at the Mid-Valley Library today, we have our weekly Zumba class on Saturday mornings. The 9:30 class is for adults, and we have a 10:30 session for children. It's sponsored by our friends of the Mid-Valley Library.
We love to come, my daughter and I, because
We like to help our help. We feel more comfortable, more happy after the class.
We have an enthusiastic group of adults that come every week for the class. They like to get out, they like to meet people in the community, helps them move around and exercise and stay sharp and stay fit. And it's all free here at the library too.
I'm so happy the community is actually providing this. This is something that everybody needs to step in because actually you get socialization and you get to exercise.
Everybody in the class bonds. We have a great enthusiastic instructor that's here.
Lula is amazing. She is actually the best instructor. Makes you feel like you're a family.
There's no requirements for the class. You just show up, walk in, sign a waiver form, and you're all good to go. Just come ready to exercise, come with your sneakers.
It's also really nice to enjoy with other people. We meet people, we enjoy, we laugh.
Estas clases son completamente gratis para toda la comunidad. Invitamos a todos que asistan a las clases. Eso no es solamente para mantenerte healthy físicamente, sino también mentalmente.
So come on and join us. Why are you missing out?
The Los Angeles Municipal Art Gallery is located at Barnstall Art Park. The park has 5 different entities. We have the Hollyhock House, we have Residence A, we have the Junior Arts Center, we have the Gallery Theater, and we have the Los Angeles Municipal Art Gallery. So the Los Angeles Municipal Art Gallery was established in 1954. And they had a number of exhibitions in here until 1971 when the current building was constructed. And this 10,000 square foot gallery is now able to exhibit even more artists. The gallery continues after 1971 to really focus on Los Angeles artists. And in actuality, it is the first institution in Los Angeles that is dedicated to exhibiting only art. We actually predate LACMA in becoming a museum of art. One of our unique qualities is that we do not have a collection. We are always changing exhibitions. All the exhibitions at the Municipal Art Gallery is dedicated to exhibiting the art of Los Angeles artists. We have 3 exhibition periods a year. We have summer, fall, and spring. Every year, we also exhibit the annual COLA exhibition, which is the Department of Cultural Affairs award to mid-career artists. The gallery is free, so you're able to come in and see these exhibitions and learn about new artists, sometimes before they've even been featured in a gallery. The Los Angeles Municipal Art Gallery provides this space as an outlet for artists, and it's so important to continue to support the arts as a medium for our community to respond to the issues that are occurring in our world today. The arts are incredibly important. They provide that additional outlet for our community to express themselves and to learn from others. The Municipal Art Gallery can be a place where dialogue can occur between different groups and learning about diverse issues that are happening in our society today. It is so inspiring to see the visitors coming into the gallery and engaging with the art. That is really what our institution is all about. How do the visitors get to learn about something new, be challenged by ideas that different artworks promote, and also see beauty. It brings me much joy and satisfaction to know that I'm just overjoyed to really honor and promote the arts and local artists. You can find out about what's happening by visiting our website, lamag.org, or following us on Instagram at lamagbarnstall. We are very prominent on social media.
In this week's Things to Do, enjoy open-air theater in Griffith Park, catch some kitschy culture and history at the Central Library, and dig in for an LA Sanitation home composting workshop. All this up next on Things to Do.
If it's summer, it must be the Griffith Park Free Shakespeare Festival. This year, the Independent Shakespeare Company also presents Marlowe's Dr. Faustus. In the play, a mysterious scholar wishes to master the dark arts and strikes a deal with the devil to make it happen. Dr. Faustus takes to the stage from Wednesday through Sunday beginning on August 6th. Enjoy theater under the stars at the Griffith Park Free Shakespeare Festival with Dr. Faustus, playing Wednesdays through Sundays at 7 p.m. from August the 6th until the 31st. Find out more at culture.lacity.gov/events. Join LA's Public Library for a fun-filled afternoon of storytelling with pop culture author Charles Phoenix. Known as the King of Retro, Phoenix is a mid-century pop culture expert, performer, and collector celebrating classic and kitschy American life and style. On Sunday, August 17th, Phoenix is bringing some of today's most vibrant historians together, including Fu Hauser, Murch Motel, and the Hood Historian. Come and learn something new about the city you live in. Visit the Mark Tabor Auditorium at downtown LA's Central Library for Charles Phoenix with special guests on Sunday, August 17th at 2 p.m. For more information, visit lapl.org/events. LA Sanitation and Environment presents a series of local workshops, and on Saturday, August 16th, they host home composting and urban gardening in the South LA wetlands. Learn how easy it is to compost at home. An LA Sanitation Green Waste Specialist will show you how to turn kitchen scraps and yard trimmings into nutrients for your soil. Register on Eventbrite for your spot, which includes a plant giveaway for each attendee. Head to the South LA wetlands for home composting and urban gardening on Saturday, August 16th at 9 a.m. For more information, visit sanitation.lacity.gov. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's all for this week. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that you can watch us online anytime at lacityview.org, and we're also on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.
All right, good morning and welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of your Los Angeles City Council. Today is Friday, the 8th day of August, 8/8 in the year 2025. Public comment for this morning's meeting will be taken in person in this chamber. Mr. Clerk, let's begin our proceedings by calling the roll.
Yes, Mr. President. Blumenfield, Harris Dawson, Hernandez, Hutt, Jurado, Lee, McCusker, Nazarian, Padilla, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky. 13 members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
All right, first order of business.
Items 1 through 3 are items for which, excuse me, sir, first order of business is approval of the minutes of August 6, 2025.
Councilmember Hernandez moves. Councilmember Lee seconds. What's next?
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Councilmember Rodriguez moves. Councilmember Nazarian seconds. Can we run through our agenda?
Yes, sir. Items 1 through 3 are items for which public hearings have been held. The Government Operations Committee report for item 3 has been submitted and is available online in Council File number 25-0260.
All right. Specials, members? Any specials? Mr. Soto Martinez?
Thank you so much, Council President. I have an amendment for item 1, please.
All right, we'll hold item 1 for an amendment. Any other specials, members? Councilmember Hernandez? No other specials? All right, which items are available for the council to consider at this time?
Mr. President, the council may now vote on items 2 and 3.
All right, let's open the roll on those items, close the roll, tabulate the vote. All right, 13 ayes on that. What's next?
The council may now proceed to presentations.
All right, before we do presentations, we've got great presentations today, but I wanted to take a minute. Members know that before we went on recess, we had started a practice of documenting and telling the stories and hearing from our constituents that were victim and caught in the siege that has been on this city by the federal government in the name of immigration reform. We got a restraining order and the raids calmed down for, 10 or 11 days. And it seemed like just as we came back to council, they started back up. So as long as these masked men are in our streets, harassing and abducting our neighbors, we're going to take a minute at the beginning of every meeting and put on the record what is happening in our city and our opposition to it. And so this morning, we'll hear from Councilmember McCosker from the 15th District, and we will do so every morning until this siege is over. Mr. McCosker.
Thank you, Council President and colleagues. I have a particularly disturbing story of an incident that happened this morning, and I know that we all have these disturbing arrests, apparently unconstitutional and unjustified. In our district, as many of you have, we have a great group of community volunteers called the Harbor Area Peace Patrol. And it is many, many dozens of folks who convene every day in the district, and they begin at the Coast Guard station on Terminal Island, where information such that it's available to us tells us that 200 to 250 ICE agents and other federal agents stage there on the Coast Guard station. And Council President, you joined me in a press conference with other elected officials demanding that ICE get off of the island. This morning, in what was the normal and I will say effective operation of these peace patrollers monitoring cars coming and going, and by monitoring I say lawfully protesting and lawfully recording the movements of cars, one of the peace patrollers, and it doesn't matter whether it's a resident or a U.S. citizen, but in this case it was a U.S. citizen, was arrested, was on my observation of limited information, videotape, was brutally, aggressively taken down and put into a vehicle and spirited away. Agents, when other peace patrollers sought information and kept a lawful, safe, but short distance from officers and asked questions, other Peace Patrollers had guns drawn on them. Had guns drawn on them. And this person was taken away after what I would characterize, with a lot of years in this business, as a very aggressive, unreasonable use of force on this human being, was taken away, and we do not know, because I don't have the complete information, where the person was taken, but I have reported this action to Port Police, and Port Police, who has the jurisdiction for the island, is looking into all of the circumstances of the arrest. They did not have personal eyewitness account of this arrest, which I will say that all of my observation and knowledge of the situation tells me is yet again another intentional violation of the TRO and an unconstitutional action by federal officers. And I believe the reason why this person was arrested and why guns were drawn on the Peace Patrollers is because they have been effective. They have been effective witnesses to actions, and I believe they have prevented more of these unconstitutional violations of residents' rights. So I'm just here to report that we do have this great group in the harbor area who is doing excellent work, and because of their excellent work, I believe the federal agents intentionally are intimidating and trying to drive this group off of the island. I'm quite sure they won't be intimidated, but I'm also disturbed that this appears to be permissible all the way to the White House. And we need to stay firm. I know we all will stay firm on the litigation, but we need to prevent these unconstitutional violations of people's rights. We need to continue to stick up for the rights of all residents in our county. Thank you, members, for giving me a chance to talk about the excellent work of the Peace Patrol on this somber morning where one member who was acting peacefully was arrested. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. McCosker, and we'll call on members of this council if you have a story or have families or individuals that wish to come in and tell their story at this time of the meeting. Please notify us, and we'll make way for that in every council meeting until we end the siege on our city. With that, we'll go to presentations. We have a very exciting presentation from our own Monica Rodriguez of Council District 7. Councilmember Rodriguez.
Thank you, colleagues. Ohio. Good morning. It's wonderful to start our morning off in thanking and recognizing an individual that has helped us bridge cultural divides and has become such an important part of the fabric of Los Angeles. And I'm talking about none other than our Consul General, Kenko Sone of Japan. Please give him a round of applause. I had the great fortune of meeting Consul General Sone, frankly, almost immediately at his appointment. His predecessor I connected with just weeks before his departure in the transition of the appointments of these diplomatic posts. But from the moment he arrived, he and both Mrs. Sone were just really engrossed themselves in everything Los Angeles. Whether it was our initial collaborations working on Guardian Girls to help teach young women and girls about how to defend themselves using martial arts and karate, to our shared love of baseball, and of course, celebrating the incredible Dodgers that we have that are from Japan, whether it's Shohei Ohtani, Yoshi Yamamoto, or now Roki Sasaki. We're very fortunate to have this wonderful bridge of cultural community here in Los Angeles that extends beyond the footprint of Little Tokyo. It's really, as I shared last night when we were at, Councilmember Lee and Hutt and I were at the Consul General's residence, we talked about how really the stories and the experiences of Japanese Americans is really woven from, as we learned down in the 1-5 to my district in the 7th district with the Tuna Canyon Detention Center and the community center, the Japanese American Community Center, which the Consul General and I have shared toasts with sake and recognizing and celebrating the wonderful cultural integration that we have of the Japanese American culture throughout Los Angeles. He has been a really important partner from the very beginning, also helping us look and advance and learn about the opportunities with hydrogen and that exploration of introducing that important work here in Los Angeles. He's been an incredible partner, and I'm really sad. It's a bittersweet moment to see him now advance to his next assignment. But today we honor this gentleman who has been an incredible part of how we have connected our communities and our countries together to help advance and serve the needs of Japanese Americans here in Los Angeles. And for that, I'm really grateful to honor our Consul General, Kenko Sone. So, in a global city like LA, maintaining strong international relations is essential, and these connections help to open the doors for collaboration, innovation, trade, climate solutions, and cultural exchange. And they remind us that our local efforts are so important and reflecting our global values and shared interests. His connection to Los Angeles goes back to 1990 when he studied here as part of Japan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs training program. Since then, he has built a career focused on public service and diplomacy, including assignments in Washington, D.C., India, and within Japan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Since his arrival in 2022, he has been a champion for clean energy cooperation, advanced manufacturing, and youth engagement. His leadership has helped to elevate Japan's presence in our region, while also deepening community connections with outreach, education, and cultural partnership. Consul General Sone, on behalf of the City of Los Angeles, I want to say arigato gozaimasu for your time and service and partnership here in the City of Los Angeles. You have been an absolute pleasure to work with, and I'm just sorry that Mrs. Sone isn't here for us to also thank and celebrate her. She has been, I know, a dynamic part of your presence and work here in Los Angeles, and I know I, for one, will miss you both tremendously, and thank you so much for your work and your partnership here in Los Angeles. Ladies and gentlemen, our Consul General for Japan, Consul General Kenko Sone.
Thank you very much, Council Member Monica Rodriguez. I'm Kenko Sone, Consul General of Japan in Los Angeles. Arrived in September 2022, and on August 11th, next coming Monday, I will be completing my position here in Los Angeles almost for 3 years, and I'm going back to Japan. The last 3 years, I have so many memories and friendship I've achieved, and I really appreciate the support to strengthening our bilateral relation between Japan and the United States, especially in Southern California and Los Angeles. Well, it's almost impossible to explain everything about my feelings, but if I pick up one word to share with you is the same theme of this year's Nisei Week. The Nisei Week festival will starting from from tomorrow, and then the theme is kansha in Japanese, and it means gratitude. I would like to express my sincere gratitude for your all collaboration and support and friendship. So my last job is to join the Nisei Week parade on Sunday, August 10th, and sharing my feelings to everybody in Little Tokyo. It will be in the afternoon, so I hope you have some time to come visit Little Tokyo to share these feelings and then to celebrate collaboration between Japan and the United States, especially in Los Angeles. And also really thank the people are supporting our bilateral relations, especially the Los Angeles, a wonderful collaboration with the city of Nagoya as a sister city. So I hope that this relation will continue. Although I'm leaving on August 11th, which happened to be my birthday, 60th birthday, but I'll come back and see how this relation will continue, and then I would like to see you all again. So I will not say goodbye, I will say see you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We've got a few members on the queue to say a few words to you. Councilmember Jurado.
Thank you, Council President. Thank you, Councilmember Rodriguez, for honoring Consul General Sone. It has been such a pleasure to work with you with the Little Tokyo community through cultural diplomacy, your deep commitment and thoughtful leadership, tying both of our nations together, especially at this time. I really want to uplift your unwavering support for the Japanese American National Museum. It's a sacred space. Its funding was threatened by the federal government, but regardless of that, you stood strong with the JA community, and we move forward with the expansion in large part thanks to your support. And lastly, you know, your compassion and clarity of purpose has been a guiding light in this community. I want to thank you, and as Councilmember Rodriguez mentioned, behind every great man is a great woman, and I wish Mami Son would be here because it's been a pleasure getting to know and work with her. She has been so wonderful. Our staff really has enjoyed getting to know her as well. And so from the bottom of CD14's heart, we thank you for your service and everything you've done to build bridges, and I know this won't be the last time that we see you, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Councilmember Padilla.
It's so funny, Councilmember Jurado, I was going to ask the same question. Where's the missus? You know, we all know her as, you know, being your partner in crime. I want to thank you, Councilmember Rodriguez, for bringing Mr. Sone here today. You know, I know you're not a stranger to my district. You really took on the role of being the representative here in Los Angeles for Japan, and thank you. I remember when we met at the Valley Japanese Community Center, you know, and it really is a location where Japanese Americans come to make sure that they continue to feel the connection to the culture. It's probably one of the more humble sites of a lot of the Japanese centers in Los Angeles, but it's still beautiful, and I know that everyone always appreciates it when you come to their festivals. So congratulations on your next step, and I know we're going to continue seeing you, but again, thank you for all your service thus far. Congratulations.
Councilmember Hutt.
Thank you, Mr. President. Consul General Sone, we're going to miss you. You have certainly been a pillar in our community, in the 10th District, all the way from where the Consul General building is, all the way into the Crenshaw District, where we have that big Japanese community. I really appreciate knowing you and your beautiful wife, and I just want to echo what my colleagues have said, that you really have been a part of our community, a part of Los Angeles. And thank you, Councilwoman Hernandez, for bringing him so that we could say goodbye to you honorably, and also happy birthday. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Councilmember McCosker.
Thank you, Councilmember, for bringing in Consul General, so we can also say we will see you and not goodbye. It's been a joy for me too. We got to know each other through AltaSea when you came in and you brought the exceptional companies from your country who were going to help us decarbonize the Port of Los Angeles. And then it was my joy then to move on to Council and work with you most recently closely at Terminal Island to make sure that we are protecting the last remaining buildings of the fishing village. And so I will formally invite you to that moment when we are unveiling the great work that we will collaboratively do with the community, with the port, and with the city of Los Angeles to make sure that we restore and remember that history. So thank you for your unwavering support for that effort.
Councilmember Lee.
Thank you, Mr. President. Council General Sonne, we have a lot of Council Generals here in the city of Los Angeles, but there are a few that we have a special relationship with, and you are one of them because we see you so active in our communities. You know, I said it last night at your residence that while it's highlighted the relationship on the federal level, it's so important even on the city level to have that special relationship with different countries. You not only sort of highlight your culture here, but you help bring businesses, bring technology. I am a personal personal gain from the Mitsua market that I love so much that I know you played a part in bringing to my district, and wanted to say thank you for truly not just taking this as a job, but really becoming part of our city. And you are one of those Consul Generals that we will truly miss. And so I just wanted, somebody said it yesterday, it's not just goodbye, but it's a big thank you to you and your lovely wife and your staff for all you've done and the part you've played in making our city great the last couple of years. Thank you, Councilman.
And thank you so much, Councilwoman Rodriguez, for recognizing the Consul General. It's sad to see you go. I had the pleasure of meeting you actually in Tokyo about a week before you came to Los Angeles, and it's been a great relationship, not just with me, but the entire council and the entire city of Los Angeles. You all really dig in and get involved. I want to acknowledge that you all sent 2 delegations to Tokyo of young African-American professionals, and business relationships were made, diplomatic relationships were made, and things that could not have happened if you all did not facilitate that those relationships are happening and will continue to happen going forward. And so this is, again, a so long. We'll see you back for the fishing village, the completion of the Japanese American Museum expansion, and of course, for FIFA and the 2028 Summer Games. So again, thank you for all you have done, and we will see you soon. Councilmember Rodriguez.
Thank you, colleagues, and please join me in saying a very warm arigato gozaimasu to our Consul General, Kenko Sonne. On behalf of the City of Los Angeles, we are very grateful for your partnership and wish you the very best going forward.
Thank you so much. All right, I will call Council District 1 for our next presentation. And while Council District 1 is taking to the podium, I want to call on Council District 3 for a special announcement.
Okay, thanks. Colleagues, today I'm recognizing 2 interns in my district office. Come on over, guys. I just wanted to take a few moments. We have 2 folks who've been doing great work over the summer. Alex Loden is a local constituent from Reseda in the district. He's an incoming freshman at Los Angeles Pierce College, aiming to earn a bachelor's in data science with ambitions of one day achieving a PhD. Go, Alex. And Lola Lambie is also local in the district. She hails from Tarzana. She's attending the University of Washington in Seattle, currently pursuing a degree in political science and history with ambitions of attending a prestigious law school. Both of them have great ambitions, and they've been very helpful to me and the office and to the city of Los Angeles. So we have a couple of certificates for you. If we could just give these guys a round of applause for the great work that they did over the summer.
All right. Thank you all so much for your service to Council District 3. And now we'll go to Council Member Hernandez.
Thank you, Council President. Good morning, colleagues. We are joined by Carlos the Little Solution Morales Jr., his father, his coach, and some of his family, including his siblings, Aubrey Morales and Zoe Morales. As you can see from the images on the screen, Carlos Jr. showcases remarkable precision and focus in the ring. But what they don't show is the whole story and the work and heart that it takes to get there. Boxing runs in his family. His dad, Carlos the Solution Morales, is here with us today, fought under Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions. Today, the family's Alhambra Gym serves as a place where, Carlos Jr. practices 5 to 6 days a week under the watchful eye of his dad and uncle. Carlos Jr. already has an impressive record. At just 15 years old, he has already fought in over 130 amateur fights, winning about 90% of them. Notably, he was named the most outstanding male boxer in the nation by U.S. Boxing during the 2023 National Championships in Lafayette. His footwork and techniques in the ring are exceptional. He can feint, bait, and counter with precision. However, what truly impresses me as one of the council members representing the Northeast LA area is his academic dedication. Carlos attends school just outside my district at Eagle Rock High in Council District 14. He has excellent grades, and last year he finished with mostly A's. And just 1 week after finishing 10th grade, where most kids would just go and relax and want to play, Carlos didn't go to the beach or take a break. He went to Las Vegas. And he didn't go there for fun. He went there to fight and to compete in a USA boxing tournament. And he won. That victory was his 10th national championship that Carlos Jr. has won. Being a student athlete is challenging, and when a young person can balance all of those things amid numerous distractions, it truly deserves recognition. It's a testament to the discipline that he has that has led to success. In Council District 1, we believe investing in our young people, and we know parent involvement is critical to youth development. The bond that you have with your parents and the way they have poured their love, knowledge, and experience into you is the kind of support and mentorship that transforms dreams, where's Carlos Jr., into realities. Come here. I want the people to see you. I brought you here today to uplift your success, but also so that kids and people all over the city of Los Angeles can see what someone can do when they are dedicated, when they are persistent, and when they are disciplined. And I know right now, a lot of our young people want someone that they can look up to. And I know that many of them are looking at you and they can see themselves. So I wanted to make sure everybody could see that. And that it's with my pleasure that I introduce Carlos Morales, who will share a few words with us.
I'll be short. I know this is not about me, even though I'm used to being the center of attention, but it's about my son, the little solution. We're just happy that he follows direction and order, and he managed to accomplish everything that he planned. And we got the future 2028 gold medalist Olympian, and I'll introduce him, Carlos Little Solution Morales, Jr.
Hello, I want to say good day to everyone. I want to thank Councilmember Hernandez for presenting this. I'm very thankful to everyone who supported me, my family, my friends, everyone who's helped me in this journey to make it to the Olympics. As long as I continue doing what I do, working hard, going to school, I believe I should be in the 2028 Olympics, hopefully winning gold. And I'm just really excited for that, you know, to bring glory to us, to our community. And I'm just grateful for everything. You know, I'm always going to be happy. I'm just thankful that I'm able to have this opportunity to speak here. And I just want to say thank you to everyone, and especially Councilmember Hernandez.
Council President, I'd like to close out, but want to see open it up to see if anybody wants to plug
We
in.
have a few members on the queue, starting with Councilmember Jurado.
Thank you, Councilmember Hernandez, for putting this forward. You mentioned that Carlos could be a role model for other youth, but also you as well. So this is an exciting opportunity. Carlos, as a proud representative of Eagle Rock High School, I have to say you make straight A's and straight jabs look real easy. And so congratulations as you pursue your Olympic dream in the city that you're born in. And trust me, all of Eagle Rock will be watching, bragging, and saying, that's our guy. You're the little solution, but with big impact. So thank you so much, and thank you for honoring him.
Councilmember Rahman.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Hernandez, for bringing Carlos here today and his whole family. I know, being the parent of young kids myself, that it takes an entire family and their dedication to help lift young people to achieve their dreams. And I just wanted to say, we're so proud of you for everything that you've achieved. Our city feels pride in you, and we continue to look forward to seeing your further achievements. I'm just really, really happy to see your successes being showcased here. Thank you all for being here.
Councilmember Hernandez.
Thank you, colleagues, and thank you, Council President. Carlos, the Little Solution Morales Jr., on behalf of the City of LA, we want to recognize you for your outstanding contributions to boxing and celebrate your success as both an athlete and a student. Your triumphs and discipline and Olympic dreams make your family, peers, Northeast LA, but as you can hear, the entire city of Los Angeles very proud. We wish you continued success and can't wait to see you in your future endeavors, particularly in the ring in 2028, representing the city. And as always, thank you so much for your dedication. Here you go. On behalf of the city of LA, colleagues, please join me in giving him some love and recognition.
All right, thank you so much to Mr. Morales and Councilmember Hernandez. Now we'll have a presentation led by Councilmember Nazarian of the 2nd District.
Thank you, Council President and colleagues. Good morning, everyone. Gives me great pleasure today. Gives me great pleasure today to welcome the principal of Ulysses S. Grant High School, Rebecca McMurran, to City Hall. We are here to recognize her recent honor of being named Principal of the Year by both Magnet Schools of America and Los Angeles Unified School District. These two prestigious titles are given to principals who demonstrate educational excellence, visionary leadership, and foster inclusive and inspiring teaching environments. Principal McMurran is a true champion for all her students. Whether she is greeting students in the morning, attending school events, or rolling up her sleeves to solve challenges, Principal McMurran's warmth, energy, and hands-on approach really shine through. Under her leadership, Ulysses S. Grant High School has not only excelled academically, but has also become a model for other magnet programs across the nation. She has championed inclusive, high-quality education that reflects the diversity of our city, ensuring every student feels seen, supported, and inspired. An advocate for equity and access, she makes sure that the school's magnet program opens doors for students from all backgrounds. She listens to her teachers, partners with families, and creates a culture where students thrive. She is also the bridge between her school and local organizations. By strengthening the partnerships with local community leaders, she brings new resources and opportunities to her students and better prepares the students for college, careers, and civic life. Principal McMurran is a leader who measures success not just by test scores, but by the confidence, curiosity, and resilience of her students. These recognitions are a win not just for her school, but for the entire LAUSD and Magnet Schools of America community, because her work is proof that visionary leadership can change lives and shape a brighter future for our city. Congratulations, Rebecca. Thank you for your unwavering dedication to education and cultivating our next generation of leaders. And it's been such a pleasure working with you over the course of the last at least 5-6 years while I was in the state legislature, and now to be in council and to be able to work with you. And I'm looking forward to that soccer match as well. So it's my honor to welcome my good friend and a leader in education, School Board Chair Scott Schmerelson, to say a few words and congratulate the principal as well.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. I too started out as a teacher, and then a counselor, and then assistant principal, then a school board member, and now president of the school board. And I know Becky McMurran very, very well. She is typical of what an excellent principal is. Now, I want you to know that Grant High School used to be my school until it was redistricted out of my district, but I still love her, and I still love Grant High School, and I picked up some other wonderful schools too. But I want you to know that Rebecca McMurran has been working at Grant High School during a $175 million modernization at the school. The school is completely transformed. It's just beautiful. And I want you to know that I was a principal too. Being a principal during all this construction and having an excellent program is a special thing. So Rebecca McMurran, also known as Becky McMurran, also known as Becky Lynn McMurran, it's an honor to present to you this award for being the Principal of the Year in LAUSD and Principal of the Year for the Magnet Schools of the United States.
Thank you, Mr. Smerelson, and thank you also, Councilmember Nazarian. Good morning, council members. Thank you for this incredible recognition. I'm deeply honored and also truly humbled to stand before all of you today. This recognition I want to express is not mine alone because it's a reflection of all the amazing educators I work alongside every single day at Grant High School. Our teachers, counselors, administrators, and support staff, they're the heart of our school, and any recognition that I receive is a tribute to their tireless dedication and the difference they make in the lives of students. These days, it feels more than ever that we are navigating challenging times in public education, times that test our resolve and test our resources. But in the face of these difficulties, our commitment to our students remains unwavering. We show up for our students daily because we believe in their potential and in the promise of public education to change lives and to create opportunities. I also want to take a moment to thank my family, who are my foundation and my constant support system. My husband, also a teacher at Cleveland High School, he always listens when I need to explore ideas or talk about issues. He couldn't join us today because he's working with teachers and his colleagues getting ready for our new school year. But I want to especially thank my mom, who's here with us today. She never gets to come to anything with me because she's always watching my kids. But she was always proud of me and cheering me on. So I'm happy that I was able to bring her here today because my role as principal would not be possible without her and my other family members. So she's here with me today. I want to thank her because everything I accomplish is rooted in the strength and the values that you taught me and all the sacrifices you've always made for us and our family. So as principal at Grant High School, I can honestly say, as I always say, I have the best job in the district. And you know, Mr. Schmerelson, I really have the best job in the district. I love my work. I don't call it work. I look forward to coming to work every single day because it's an honor to serve our students and our families. They inspire us daily. Thank you again, Councilmember Nazarian and all council members for this recognition and your continued support, not just to LAUSD, but all public education in Los Angeles. Thank you for believing in students like we do.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Board Member Schmerelson, for being here today. Thank you, Councilmember Nazarian, for highlighting Principal McMurran's achievements for this entire body. As an LAUSD mom myself, I know how important our principals are. They're really, really kind of central to our children's experience of the schools. And I think the work that you've done is incredible. And so we're really excited that LA City Hall is able to honor you today. So thank you so much. And thank you, Councilmember Nazarian, for bringing us here today. Sorry, hold on. Before you move off to the back, Councilmember Padilla had wanted to make a statement. I'm sorry, I'm not seeing your name here, so I apologize for missing that.
Oh, okay. Congratulations, Principal McMurran. It's always nice to see School Board Member Scott Schmerelson here, and thank you, Councilmember Adjournment Zarian, for bringing her in. I think it's really important that we have the Principal of the Year also come into chambers. And I would be remiss if I didn't congratulate you, because I actually have a Grant High School alum on my staff. So this one's for her, Rosie. I hope you're watching. And also, I have a brother that went to Grant for about a year, but then he went back to where he belonged at Poly, but actually said that he wishes he would have stayed at Grant. He thinks maybe life would have been different because he loved it there. So, and I was also just currently in a room yesterday where the Sepulveda Transit Pass came up. And I spoke about how, yes, the East San Fernando Valley, Mid-Valley, we produce youth that make it there. And while I listed the high schools in my district, right, I talked about Poly, I talked about Van Nuys, in my mind, I had Grant at the top as well, right? You've definitely been an institution that, whether they're college-bound or whether they're not college-bound, you definitely produce very good, you help our young people become productive members of society, and for that I thank you. I hadn't heard that you were done with the construction. Would love to be able to see what the new school looks like. So thank you again for all of your work. And you're right, if you don't have a good principal, nothing really seems to function.
Yep.
So thank you again, and congratulations.
Yes, thank you, Councilmember Padilla. And yes, a principal is essential. A principal is essential, and we know that. And people who've been to LAUSD schools know that. So thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And now we have our next presentation, which I believe will be led by Councilmember Yaroslavsky. Welcome, council member.
Thank you. We're just waiting for the team to come on up. You guys can come over this way too. Come on in. Come on in. Be on TV. Let's do it. You can come up here. Come up here. All right, thank you, Council President. Colleagues, today is one of the joyful moments in Council chambers when we get to celebrate excellence in teamwork, perseverance, and pure heart. I'm honored to recognize the 2025 All-City Champion Girls Basketball All-Star Team from Pan Pacific Park. These incredible young women played their hearts out this season. They showed up early, stayed late, practiced hard, and gave it everything they had. Last season, the team came heartbreakingly close to victory, losing in overtime. That loss only fueled their determination. This year, their hard work paid off, bringing home the first championship at Pan Pacific Park in 20 years. As many of you know, I played soccer most of my life, all the way through college, and I know firsthand the power of sports to shape who you are, the discipline, the camaraderie, the growth that happens when you push past yourself what you thought you could do, or push yourself past what you thought you could do. These girls did that all season long. And they didn't just win games, they showed leadership, grit, and grace on and off the court. Their success also reflects the strength of the community that surrounds them. Coach Dominic White and Coach Almoro Keene have poured their hearts into this team, and their commitment has made a lasting impact. I want to thank them and every parent, guardian, and sibling cheering from the bleachers for showing up over and over again for these young women. There's a powerful legacy at work here too. Coach Dominic himself played basketball at Pan Pacific Park when he was growing up. And now he's back as a coach, mentoring the next generation of athletes on the very same court. And that's what community looks like. It's what it means to invest in our public spaces, places where kids grow up, come back, and give back. These young athletes are part of something bigger than a single season or a single win. They're part of a legacy, and they're shaping the future of their community every time they lace up their sneakers. So I'm gonna call out the names of each of these champions for the record. Sylvia Garrigan, Morgan Henderson, Melrose Kim, Kamara Larios, Sofia Landeros, Azelia Monden, Giselle Paredes, Andrea Quintanilla, Sofia Serrano, Henrietta Ulloa, Layla White. Each of you brought something essential to this team, and together you accomplished something incredible. I also want to recognize the outstanding staff at Pan Pacific Park, Director Eric Calhoun, and Recreation Coordinator Floyd Thweet for making it all happen behind the scenes. Your work uplifts this city in ways that often go unseen, but that are always felt. In a world where girls' sports are still fighting for equal recognition and resources, this team is proof that when we invest in young women, when we give them the tools, the coaching, and the belief in their potential, they rise. And so to the players, you've inspired us, you've made your park and community proud, you've made your families proud, and you've made the city of Los Angeles proud. Congratulations on a phenomenal season. Next, I'd like to introduce Coach Dominic to say a few words.
I'd like to thank Katie and her staff. They've been amazing. This is the first time our park has ever been in the chambers for a championship win, so this is such a great feeling. I'd like to thank Floyd and Eric for their leadership at our park. I'd like to thank Coach Al for always being there and helping us out. This is an amazing group of girls I got to coach. I'm just so grateful for this opportunity. This is like cherry on top for our championship, and hopefully this will just fuel them to keep on working hard and hopefully be in these chambers one day doing what you guys are doing. Thank you for your time. Now I'm going to have Morgan Henderson say a few words. Thank you.
Hi, I want to first say thank you for having me here. It is so amazing to be a part of this team and the season that we had. I'm so grateful for the people around me and the coaches for teaching us and believing in us every single day. And I'm so happy that we won this trophy, and yeah.
All right, thank you so much. I don't know if any of you have anything to say, otherwise I've got some certificates to pass out. All right.
Well, yes, so I just wanted to say thank you, Councilmember Yaroslavsky. Oh, Councilmember Padilla, please go ahead.
Yes, every time we have young people come into the building, I just want to remind and let you all know or remind you that this is your city hall. Don't let this be the last time that you ever come here. Know that you are welcome here anytime, and congratulations. So excited every time I see that logo of Rec and Parks at GPLA. I've noticed that the generation that is enjoying this program is really making it a part of their identity, and it's part of, I'm sure if I were to ask you, do you love going to the park? You're all gonna say yes. Well, this is the building that fights to make sure that we have good parks. So continue to stay in touch, continue to be champs, and best of luck to you with whatever you do with your futures.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Yaroslavsky, for bringing this group of girls in. It's really been a remarkable morning with incredible athletes, and particularly exciting for me as a mother of a daughter myself, to see young girl athletes getting it done, winning games, and doing it at our city Rec and Parks facilities. I used to represent Pan Pacific Park, so I feel a particular sense of pride that your victory happened at this beautiful park. And I really just want to say for me, it means a lot that we're able to honor young athletes in this building. As Councilmember Padilla said, this is your city hall, and you are the bright lights of our city. So for me, it's really wonderful that you're all here. Thank you to the entire community who's here cheering this team on. I think there's a lot of parents in the audience. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for lifting up these young women, and looking forward to seeing you guys here when you're continuing to play basketball for the next many years to come.
Thank you, Council President. Thank you, colleagues. I have 2 certificates for here. We'll do the rest behind chambers. So first, I have a certificate for Coach Dominic White. And Floyd Thweet, Pan Pacific Park Coordinator.
Thank you. And we do have one more comment from Councilmember Hutt while you're still taking those photographs. Go ahead, Councilmember.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Yaroslavsky. My kids played at Pan Pacific, and they actually played with Dominic, and I kept looking at you thinking, oh my God, I know that guy. You look like your dad. So is he here? Danny, hey! So I'm here to testify that it's a workable program, and his dad coached back then, and now you're coaching now. That's amazing. Congratulations, team. You are part of a legacy. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Hutt.
Thank you all for joining us in chambers today. Thank you, Council President. This concludes our presentation.
Thank you so much. Thank you all. And I believe we have one more presentation from Councilmember Rodriguez, so we'll wait for your attendees.
Okay. That's for you to see. Okay, yes. Those are, all right, you guys are filling up both sides here. Lisa. Oh, there you go. Dr. Boone?
Sheldon, are USC folks?
Welcome, Councilmember. Welcome.
Thank you, colleagues. Dr. Boone, there we go. Okay. Good morning again. I am delighted to be joined this morning by the extraordinary members of our Olivia Mitchell Youth Council, the USC Soul Price School, and of course, Miss Olivia Mitchell, the patron saint of young people in the city of Los Angeles, to celebrate another cohort of young leaders from across our city that comprise the Olivia Mitchell Youth Council. Please give them a round of applause. This program is a cornerstone of the Youth Development Department, and while I continue to be a strong advocate and supporter for this work to continue in our city, these young individuals reflect not only the diversity, but frankly, the need for us to continue to sustain investments just like this. At a moment in time when our city and our country continues to reel from the very destructive example and leadership from the federal level, it's the young people that are going to help forge a path forward for how we continue to support and uplift the needs of young people and families across our city. And it's how, frankly, we were able just on Tuesday to celebrate and reveal the first financial literacy app that's now being made available to young people, and it's through the work of the Youth Development Department. And that need was identified through the very young leaders of this city who recognize that we need to do more to uplift and support young people and meet them where they are. And it's for that reason that I continue to be a strong advocate and thank many of you for being strong supporters of this work, because it continues to be a huge need that we need to fill the gap on. And we can't talk about some of the other challenges that ail our city without fundamentally looking at how we invest in our young people. And that's what makes this work so incredibly important. The Youth Council is not just a leadership opportunity for these young people. It's a commitment to being a city that reflects that we actually care and will listen to the voices of the diverse needs of our city. Through their term, this council participated in citywide efforts, conducted policy research, and participated in the Youth Policy Summit. That event brought together students, faculty, and community leaders to tackle real-world challenges with real solutions. It was made possible thanks to the dedicated faculty and staff at the USC Sol Price School of Public Policy and the Rossier School of Education. Together, they helped shape an experience that elevated student voices and built a strong foundation for civic leadership. And I want to thank and recognize all the faculty and staff and the graduate students from USC who supported this initiative. Your mentorship and expertise gave our young leaders the tools to succeed and ensured that their work was grounded in equity, data, and real-world impact. The names of the students we are honoring today represent every council district. They represent the diversity, the resilience, and the passion that defines the future of our city. And now I'd like to invite an individual that has been central to the success of this work, helping to lead the Youth Development Department from inception, and someone that I will continue to fight to ensure that we protect the incredible work that this department was actually chartered initially to provide in this city. We can talk about investing in so many things in this city. We are a $14 billion institution. There's absolutely no excuse not to fully fund an investment in our young people. And at this time, I'd like to invite the General Manager for the Youth Development Department, Lisa Salazar.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. A special thank you to Councilwoman Rodriguez, who's just been a diehard advocate for young people across the city, a great, huge supporter, the champion of the Youth Development Department. We would not be here if it was not for you. Thank you so much. And thank you and congratulations to our LA City Youth Council members, the Olivia Mitchell Youth Council, their parents and guardians. Let's give them a round of applause. Working with and supporting young people as they navigate their way to adulthood takes focused intentionality, it takes dedication and resources. I'm honored and proud to be a part of the team of the Youth Development Department, who are also here to celebrate the accomplishments of their future leaders, Cohort 3 and Cohort 3 of the Olivia Mitchell Youth Council. Thank you to my staff. I'm really proud of you guys and the work that you've done. I'm also happy to see that we have our partners here from USC Sol Price as a graduate of the School of Sol Price and Leadership, Fight On. I'm so happy that they're here and they're going to be recognized today for their dedication, intentionality, and resources that have helped us to host 3 annual youth summits where we've had over 100 youth leaders from around the city of Los Angeles come together for one day where they discuss the most pressing issues that are facing them and their communities. They're there, they talk about homelessness, they talk about transportation, they're talking about sustainability, they're talking about education, and they're talking about jobs. So there's no other forum like that, and USC has hosted us for the past 3 years. We have so much to be proud of. Our young people that are here in front of you, they are now members of their neighborhood councils. Our current LA City Council president will be sworn in as the student representative for LA Unified's school board. So you're looking at the future school board member in a couple of weeks. I learned from one of our parents this morning that she was inspired by observing her son and his work and being civically engaged, that she also ran for neighborhood council this year and is now a sitting member. So, leadership is infectious. I think the work that we're doing here is inspiring not only the young people, but also their parents and families. So we have just so much to be proud of. So again, congratulations to our youth council members, and thank you to the parents and guardians that have supported them over these last 10 months. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa, and thank you for working to continue to both work with my office, extend collaborations outside of the halls of City Hall to ensure that what we're doing is opening up greater opportunities for these young people, for them to get exposed to greater depth of knowledge and experience, and to do so with one of the esteemed campuses of the city of Los Angeles. I'm an Oxy alum, but I will go ahead and allow this one. It's heartening to see. It's really wonderful to see the collaborations that are inspired out of this work, because we're trying to approach this in a very holistic manner to ensure that we aren't just creating leadership, but thoughtful leadership. And it's reflective of the diversity of our city, and that's what gives me tremendous pride to see the progress of this work. And it's with that that I'd like to now introduce someone who has led this cohort with strength and integrity, someone that I had the opportunity to see up in action and understand to have a significant boba addiction. And I'd like to invite now the president of the Olivia Mitchell Youth Council, Jerry Yang.
Thank you, Councilmember Rodriguez. Hi, my name is Jerry Yang, and I've had the honor of serving as the LA City Youth Council President for the past year. I'm truly grateful for the opportunity to represent not only the youth of Council District 2, but also lead the council through its many events and activities. In the past year, we hosted another very successful LA City Youth Summit with the USC Price School for Public Policy in March, and we also hosted a very fun and useful LA City Youth Expo with free Nike Dunks, a fashion show that I participated in, dozens of nonprofits and vendors, and even a climate conference hosted by JC and his amazing team. So we also visited nonprofits and city departments, learning every step of the way how to improve our communities through diverse experiences. And I can definitely say that none of this would have been possible without the guidance of the amazing members of the council and the wonderful YDD staff like Monica, Wanda, Tamar, Lisa Salazar, and Sheldon as well, and the amazing team that really supported us every step of the way, providing us with so many opportunities not only to engage with city departments, but also apply for different programs overseas, and just the capacity and the love they showed to us, I'm truly grateful for. And although we were able to accomplish all of this, that isn't to say that we haven't had our fair share of challenges. Currently, the Youth Development Department is under review for consolidation, and that is something that none of us want to see. YDD has been a lifeline time and time again for underprivileged and underserved Angelino youth, and in a time like this, with everything happening that is ripping families apart and destroying systems of support and community, it is more crucial to support youth every step of the way. Youth are the future, but we are also the now. What happens now will affect the trajectory of thousands of lives, so I urge the city to make the right choice. The youth of Los Angeles stand by the Youth Development Department, have seen the benefit, and will continue to fight for the Youth Development Department and the positive impact it has and will have. I'm grateful to have led the LA City Youth Council this year and had the privilege to know amazing youth advocates through the program. And I hope the future will continue to be as bright and filled with promise and opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Well said. And I appreciate your leadership and your example and your willingness to speak truth to power, because that's what this is about. This is not about performative introduction to city government. This is about letting you know where the power lies and making sure that you exercise your voice to ensure that this city is reflective of your values as well. And so I encourage all city leaders to take that into consideration. And now I'm honored to welcome one of our most valued academic partners in this journey. And I have had the privilege of visiting the youth summits on more than one occasion. And it was really well organized, and it extended beyond the individuals that are participating from the Olivia Mitchell Youth Council. There were young people and activists from across the city that were involved in this endeavor, and I think it's it was really refreshing to be in a space where young people were afforded the opportunity to engage in very candid dialogues, connecting with individuals from different parts of the city, because 468 square miles without perhaps having accessible transportation may make it difficult for many of these neighborhoods to otherwise connect. And this effort, this work, has joined together youth voices and experiences from every corner of this city, and that is a remarkable accomplishment for the second largest city in the country, and it's one of the reasons, one of the pillars of why we created the Youth Development Department and why we created the Olivia Mitchell Youth Council. And so I want to thank USC Sol Price School for their incredible partnership in making this, adding value to this experience, for adding the academic infrastructure that I think is so supportive of the leadership development of young people, so that it is informed, it is effective, and comes from a place of knowledge. So I want to thank you for that. And at this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. Christopher Boone, the Dean and Chair of the USC Sol Price School of Public Policy.
Thank you very much. It's my honor to be able to say a few words to this august chamber, and want to start by saying that I'm a proud resident of CD 13, so thank you, Councilmember Sotina Martinez, for looking after our best interests and well-being. Appreciate that. Most of all, I want to thank the City of Los Angeles for investing in our future, and the way that we invest in our future is by investing in our youth. What's been remarkable about this Youth Summit is that we've been able to have very real conversations on very real issues that are able to tap into the wisdom, the energy, and the blue sky thinking of our youth. And I know that the City of Los Angeles and our surrounding municipalities and county are in good hands when we look to the creativity and the energy of these remarkable individuals that are really tackling issues that I know that you deal with on a day-to-day basis. So thank you again, Representative Padilla, for inviting our students to the chambers, because they have lots of good ideas, and I hope that they're encouraged to share them with you. So USC is a proud community partner for the City of Los Angeles, and I'm very, very pleased that we're able to successfully run this Youth Summit for the last 3 years, but it ultimately depends on dedicated individuals, and I especially want to thank someone who's going to come up next, Professor Lavana Lewis, for her leadership. There's been a number of faculty who have invested their time, volunteered their time to participate in this important initiative. But were it not for the leadership of Professor Lewis, I don't think we would have seen the success that we did. So again, my thank you, and please look out for the amazing ideas that are going to come forward with this, from this amazing group of individuals. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Boone. Yes, of course, go ahead.
So I just want to say a few things, and I will be very brief in my remarks. And as an educator, to live through a time when the message to young people is to do less, dream less, know less, I hope that we will continue to support this work. This is an intergenerational effort. We recognize that we are on the front lines of preparing the next generations of leaders in a whole host of policy positions. USC is committed to that enterprise. We have programs on campus because there are so many people, young people in the surrounding areas who don't see themselves on that campus. And so the first time they come to campus is sometimes the youth summits. We hope that we will continue that work, because until you can see yourself in that space, you won't apply to be in that space full time. So thank you for your commitment. Again, we're talking about an intergenerational agreement, and so I hope that you will continue to support that. Dreams are free, but not investing in dreams is very costly, so thank you.
Well said, and for a nominal investment of just about $1.5 million, we can go ahead and continue that work, so I'm just going to say that. And again, we are a $14 billion institution in the city of Los Angeles. It's not a heavy lift to continue to sustain our investment in young people and watch this work continue to succeed in our city, if in fact we want to say that we care about the future of young people in this city. And so again, I want to thank the members of the Olivia Mitchell Youth Council. I want to thank, of course, the inspiration for the Mitchell Youth Council, Miss Olivia Mitchell, who I'm so always happy to see her here, because the legacy of this work and in this chambers was actually directly attributed to not just her leadership, but the leaders that ensued as a result of that early exposure in the Tom Bradley administration, for many individuals that were inspired to come back and be of service to our city. This work is worth investing in. Our young people are worth investing in. And I want to thank you for being the example to help inspire this work. I hope we are all equally inspired to ensure that it continues without any departure from a strong investment. And thankfully, we're all here before a body that has the power to do that. So I want to thank you all for your work, your role. We continue to be proud of the example that you set, and thank you for being part of this third cohort and dedicating yourselves and committing yourselves to doing this work here in the city of Los Angeles. I thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. And before you take photographs, I have at least one member on the queue. Councilmember Lee.
Thank you, Madam President. Councilman Rodriguez, thank you for bringing in these wonderful youth. If you know something about Council District 12, we like to invest in our youth, in our programs. We have a youth film festival. We have our annual fundraising campaign for our schools. We have our Heroes in Education, but I'm very proud to see Jerry standing there because he is a past graduate of the Lead 12 Leadership Program. Jerry, it's great to see you leading our youth council and the leaders of tomorrow. And I just wanted to let you know how proud I am to see you up there again. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, congratulations. And we have Councilmember Padilla on the queue as well.
Yeah, thank you, Councilwoman Rodriguez, for bringing our youth council as well as our youth department here today. For those of you who don't know, I was once upon a time in your shoes, once upon a time part of the LA Youth Council when I was also a 10th grader. I very much consider myself one of the kids of Olivia Mitchell. I don't see where she went. She was here earlier. Oh, there you are. Yes. So I know you're having a great experience. I know what you're learning, and I know that you are definitely going to be coming back into this building. And if not, you're going to be doing great things because of all of the knowledge that you're getting with the investment of being able to participate. I always wish we could do much more. I really do wish we could do much more. It's definitely very conflicting for me when we have to talk about how we can prioritize more into youth. Myself, I'm really looking forward to being able to work with the district in the spring to put together a youth council, not a youth council, a youth conference, because I actually think all of us should have something in our districts related to connecting our youth with what our communities look like and what resources are out there for you, because our schools have adopted this model of community schools. But a lot of the people that are being assigned these roles have no idea what's outside of the campus, because historically the campus doesn't come out, they enclose. But if we ourselves can also be a partner, I know that we can make more things happen. So to me, this space here represents us being very intentional, and I wish everyone who's doing this work the best of luck with making sure that we continue the work. I don't think the conversations are over, but to whatever is next, but to the youth, continue to stay in touch with us and continue to advocate for future generations, because if you do, you're only going to make this place so much better. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Padilla. And it's always a remarkable achievement for all of when people from our youth council go on to be leaders. Councilmember Padilla and Councilmember Labange were also members of the youth council and went on to be and are currently leaders of the city. So I think everyone who is a member of this youth council, please know that this body has big dreams for all of you. And we're looking forward to continuing to engage with you and support you in your leadership as you move through the next few years. And thank you, Councilmember Rodriguez, for bringing this presentation. Thank you to everyone from the Youth Development Department, as well as from USC who's here. These programs succeed because Lisa and others, you've taken these individuals really seriously, and you have put attention to those details, and that is visible in the work that is presented here today. And Jerry, congratulations. I feel like you're going to run this city someday, so good to know you today. And thank you, Councilmember Rodriguez, for bringing this presentation today. It's so important to acknowledge this work. Thank you.
Thank you. And so with that, I know we have certificates for all the participants, but I have a special certificate here. Thank you, USC Sole Price of Public Policy, for your work, your support in making sure that the City of Angels actually upholds its end of the bargain to invest in young people. Thank you.
Okay, and I believe that was our last presentation for today. Thank you, members, for your engagement. Thank you to everybody who came in. And we are now moving on to public comment, which today will only be general public comment. And our city attorney will be providing us some instructions for people who are interested in making public comment today. Actually, at this time, before we move on to public comment, we can vote on item 1 as amended.
Madam President, for the record, amending motion 1A, Soto Martinez Ramen has been introduced, distributed, and posted on the bulletin board.
Okay, so if you'd like to open the roll on item 1 as amended. Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
Great. And with that, we can now move to public comment. Okay, thank you, Mr. City Attorney. Please take it away.
Yes, Madam President. So as the President has said, there will only be general public comment today. The reason being is that the 3 items that are on the council agenda today have had their public hearing or public comment satisfied at committee. So public comment was taken at great length at the committee level, and so they are not open for public comment. So if you are coming up, you will have 1 minute for general public comment. Please keep in mind that during general public comment, you can speak to any of the items, regardless of whether or not they're open for public comment. You can also speak to anything within the city's subject matter jurisdiction. So it does need, it's quite broad, but it needs to be connected to something within the city's jurisdiction. We will tell you when your time is up. If you're off topic, which in the case of general public comment means you're speaking to something that the city does not have jurisdiction over, then we will remind you to please get back on topic. If you do not do so, or if you again stray off topic, then you will be subject to forfeiting your time, and we will move on to the next speaker. A couple more announcements. If I could have the interpreters make the first one allowed to the room. If you require a Spanish language interpreter, please make sure to pause every few sentences so the interpreters can interpret.
Si requieren interpretación en español, por favor pausen después de cada frase o dos para darle al intérprete la oportunidad de traducir.
Don't worry, we will pause your time while the interpreters are interpreting, so you will get the same amount of time as everyone else. Thank you.
Y no se preocupen, les pausaremos su tiempo mientras el intérprete está hablando, entonces recibirán la misma cantidad de tiempo que las otras personas. Gracias.
Additionally, in order to help us accommodate as many people as possible and run an efficient public comment period, we would ask that you please wait until you hear the name you signed up under read aloud, at which point you can line up in any order on your left-hand side of the council chambers. The order in which we take public speakers is randomly generated, so it is not necessarily in the order in which you signed up. Again, it is randomly generated. One final announcement before we begin. I see some new faces. I know that it was a full house earlier today. I appreciate everybody's patience during this public comment period. You may have noticed, and we have received some complaints from members of the audience about some other members of the audience. While the Brown Act does not require certain individuals to, we'll say, have shame or even be decent during these meetings. It also does not require you, members of the audience, to listen to public comment. So if at any point you find that there's something that offends you deeply, or if you have children here, I would note that I think the children are not here anymore, but we had dozens of children earlier on. You're more than welcome to step out of the room. You're more than welcome to put your fingers in your ears if you'd like, but we appreciate your patience. The fastest way to get through it is to just let these people speak. So with that, we can begin public comment.
We'll begin calling names. Candido, Jesse G., Elias, and Eddie A.
I think you can call maybe a couple more names.
Audit LA, Andrew Grabner, and Gloria M.
Mr. Herman, you have 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Órale, putos. Muchas gracias para todo. Translation, nigga.
Hello, faggots. Thank you so much for everything.
The point here today is the epithet word, NNC, which today the public still don't understand what you mean by that. But in my hand, I brought the issue once again for the 5th or 10,000th time. Brandenburg versus Ohio, 395 U.S., 444, 1969. And I've been declared disruptive because I got my G thing on, foos. So the whole point here, I'll read it into the record politely, just for all the faggots to hear. A dirty nigger send the Jews back to Israel.
Okay,
Let's give
so
them
sorry,
back to the
sir.
dog
I'm going to
garden.
pause your time. Speaker, you were previously warned for using the N-word or its variations. It's a violation of Council Rule 7. Your continued use of the N-word has actually disrupted this meeting, as I've had to stop the meeting to warn you not to violate Council Rule 7. You've now forfeited your speaking time, and if you disrupt the meeting again, you'll be subject to removal and exclusion. Thank you. Next speaker. Next speaker. Next speaker.
Mr. Herman, you have been warned. Do not disrupt this meeting again. Vacate the podium now so we can move on to the next speaker. If you continue to disrupt this meeting, you will be subject to removal and exclusion. Good morning, Mr. Candido.
Good morning,
You have 1
sir.
minute.
Candido Maris, resident of Porter Ranch. I took a bath this morning. Water was on in my area. And also who has loved Van Nuys for the last 55 years. And Ms. Padilla, you're doing a great job with the parking. Ms. Padilla, the parking situation in your area, you're doing a great job with that, ma'am. I'd like to speak public comment, sir.
Yes, you're in public comment now.
Okay. Last week I brought photos of all the fireworks and all the things that are being done in Porter Ranch. We have fires all around. Today I would like to submit under Porter Ranch City Council Fire 2020 question mark. Here are two of the small fires that have already taken place. This is the bonfire that's going to take place there. We're just waiting for this. The perfect storm is going to hit Porter Ranch, and we're going to have the winds, the heat, and no water. And what are you guys going to say?
So, Mr. Candido, your time has expired. If you have something to hand to the sergeants, you can do so at the aisle. Next speaker. Yes. So, Mr. Candido, we told Mr. Herman we need you to vacate the podium so we can move on to the next public speaker. Okay, Mr. Candido, this is your only formal warning. Please vacate the podium so that we can move on to the next speaker. Next speaker.
Before the next speaker, I'd like to call a few more names. William Good, Manny Graciano, Judge Wendy Siegel, Tara, One, and Taylor Smith.
Good morning. You have 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Hello, I'm
If I
Eddie.
could, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Apologies. We'll restart your time. If anyone else is here who wants to speak who hasn't signed up, we have a lot of names that are clearly fake names. But if you're here to speak and you haven't heard your name called, make sure you've signed up in the kiosks in the back, and we'll call your name. I just want to make sure everybody knows. We have a lot of names here, but they're not, many of them are just bad words. Thank you.
Hello. Hello. I'm Eddie.
one of the primary organizers of the 535 Alameda Street protests. It's a 24-hour, 7 days a week protest that started June 11th. I formally invite you, council members, to visit us. We are grateful to Jurado for speaking to us yesterday, and David from the Soto Martinez camp. Thank you for speaking to us. We, the people, are joining together to fight against Donald Trump's regime. Not just Trump, but everyone that is complicit to his policies. I won't give him that much credit because he didn't come up with it, but he is the cult leader. I know you have heard the news on August 5th. He's taking the Olympics from you. He's taking the Olympics from you. I know how important the Olympics are to you guys, and we need to fight this. You guys are merely city council, I understand, but you are the city council of one of the largest economies of the country. Join us in fighting for the rest of the country. What you do is going to impact what everybody else does across the country. Please help us.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Before the next speaker, I'd like to call a few more names. Rob E., Jackie M., Huey, Robert Vega, Bobby, Hilda Solis, Boxer, and Tate.
Good morning. You have 1 minute for general public comment.
Dana. 我们还能不能再见面？我在佛前苦苦求了几千年，愿意用几世换我们一世情缘，希望可以感动上天。我们还能不能再见面？我在佛前苦苦求了几千年，当我在踏过这条奈何桥之前，让我再吻一吻你的脸。Thank you very much, Council Member Smoking Scan, our attorney Smoking Scan, and hopefully that every single family member of Smoking Scan and Dana knows that Council Member Spindler will defeat Hernandez in the City 1 election 2026.
Next speaker.
Before the next speaker, I'd like to call a few more names. DeCarlo, Donald Harlan, V., Arnold Sachs, Michael, Kevin DeLeon, Stacy Segarra Bullinger, Smoking Scan.
Good morning, sir. You have 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
I would like each of you to personally issue statements asking the governor to send criminal investigators from the National Guard to look into extreme police misconduct in this city and elsewhere. This will cost residents nothing. The police are refusing to make required records. They are refusing to do serious investigations. Normal oversight has failed. I believe that only the National Guard is sufficiently insulated from outside duress to conduct a legitimate investigation of police misconduct. If you are unwilling to take this modest, no-cost action to protect vulnerable people, please tell the public your reason. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And if there's anybody else who would like to speak and you haven't heard your name called, you can make your way to the left side of the chambers.
So I see at least, I think, one person making their way there. Again, if you have not heard your name called, if you would like to provide your 1 minute of general public comment, please move to your left-hand side of council chambers. Otherwise, I only see one more speaker.
Okay, welcome, speaker.
Good morning. You have 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me okay? So my name is Taylor. I'm an organizer at 535 North Alameda Street, the 24-hour protest, 24/7 protest, I should say. I would like to build a bridge with the politicians and the protesters and the activists and the LAPD because we cannot all fight fascism separately. We need to build bridges and learn to trust each other and communicate well with each other and turn a blind eye to some things. Law enforcement cannot interfere with federal law agencies, and I understand that, but we, the brave people of Los Angeles, we will do that. But we need certain protections, we need certain understandings, and we need to know certain rules. So I encourage you to come down to 535 North Alameda Street, and I encourage you to answer your emails and your phone calls, and let's get a meeting on the books. Like, time is literally ticking. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Speaker. And I believe that's our last speaker for today. So we've exhausted public comment. I'm now going to close public comment for today's meeting. Are there any other items for us to vote on?
No, Madam President.
Okay. So what's next? What's
Council
next
has
on the
motions
agenda?
for posting and referral.
Posted and referred.
The desk is clear, Madam President.
Members, do we have any announcements today? Announcements? Mr. Price, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, I'd like to take a moment to recognize someone who's with us today, someone special, Brandon Barry Brown. Brandon is a tremendous talent and a rising star in our community. He's an acclaimed local artist whose work radiates emotion and heart in every piece. During our recent CD9 Juneteenth celebrations, you will recall, Brandon contributed to his powerful work entitled Strength in Freedom as our featured piece. It beautifully captured the spirit of hope and joy, which is the core of our occasion. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you for sharing your extraordinary gift with us. And again, we're excited to see what inspiring creations that you will be bringing forward next. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Councilmember. That's a beautiful image. Thank you. Other announcements? Ms. Hutt, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Madam Chair. This evening at 5 o'clock, we have movies in the pool at Michelle and Barack Obama Sports Complex in the Celeste King Pool. That's at 5001 Obama. It's going to be a lot of fun to be able to watch a movie. We're watching a Shark Tale in the pool, so bring your towel, wear a bathing suit. We got popcorn and free food, and we do our backpack giveaways during our movies, so it'll be a good time.
Yeah, that sounds fun. What did you say? What movie is playing?
Shark Tale.
Oh, Shark Tale. Okay,
Water,
great.
shark.
Nice, fun. Okay,
All right,
looking forward to it. Sounds like a blast. We have Mr. McCosker on the queue for announcements.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Colleagues, tomorrow, Saturday, August 9th at 10 a.m., we are going to have a town hall at the Dalmatian American Club in San Pedro. Supervisor Janice Hahn and I are hosting this town hall in partnership with the LA County Sanitation Districts. We are going to be sharing information and addressing residents' questions and concerns about the Los Angeles County Sanitation District's Clearwater Tunnel project, which had a collapse. On July 9th, there was a partial tunnel collapse in the area of San Pedro. And again, this tunnel is moving from Wilmington all the way to the south tip of San Pedro. It's sanitation's movement of reclaimed water from millions of customers. It goes about 7 miles. When that collapse happened at mile 5 of a 7-mile tunnel, the workers were at mile 6. So they had a wall of earth on one side of them and a tunnel collapse behind them. There were 27 workers in the tunnel at the time. 4 workers went down to retrieve them, so we had 31 folks who were at risk. They were all returned safely to the ground level. We had over 100 fire personnel that responded, and we also had great training, and the workers themselves did a terrific job. So thankfully, all the workers were brought back to safety. But very understandably, as a secondary issue, residents are concerned because this tunnel at a depth of 300 to 400 feet travels under 7 miles of city streets, and this collapse happened at Western Avenue in central San Pedro, the center of Western Avenue in San Pedro. And so what we're going to do is bring in the sanitation district at 10 a.m. They are going to respond to every question. We're going to make sure that we provide relevant information and commitment to continue to show how this will be repaired, how we will require everyone to be made safe, and ultimately how to complete the project, as it is absolutely essential for modern living in Los Angeles. So thank you. 10 a.m. tomorrow, Dalmatian American Club.
Great. Thank you, Mr. McCosker. It was a harrowing story to read about. We have a number of announcements, so I'm going to call other members. Ms. Jurado, you have an announcement. Hold on, can you please turn her microphone on?
Test, test.
Yes, there
Okay,
we go.
yes, thank you, Madam Chair. We have a backpack giveaway in Lincoln Heights this weekend with Councilmember Hernandez. It's a back-to-school giveaway. There's going to be music, there's going to be food, performances by Elvia, Fama, and Mariachi Los Portrios, and then also a car show. So you'll get bags, backpacks, pencils, a show, and a car show. It's Saturday, August 9th from 1 to 6 p.m., 2700 North Broadway. Thank you.
Sounds like fun. Councilmember Soto Martinez.
Madam Chair, I'm joined here by my CD13 team behind me, almost of the office staff, as I give a sad announcement because today we are saying farewell to our Senior Transportation Deputy, Rogelio Pardo, who's here next to me. Please give him a round of applause. As you can see, all the different pictures of Rogelio being out there at Ciclavia, hanging out with CD15, it appears, and many other different things. Now, a little bit about Rogelio is not only is he a constituent, but he was also one of the first members to join the team back when we won, because we said that as a movement, and I do say we because it's not just about the councilman, but as a movement, that we were going to prioritize transportation issues. That seeing people die on our streets every single day was unacceptable, that we didn't have the ability to move across the city other than our cars as unacceptable, that CD13 had no protected bike lanes. We said all that was unacceptable, and we hired Rogelio because when we interviewed him, he showed tremendous amount of passion on this issue. His knowledge on the subject was unparalleled. But what is most special about Rogelio was his ability to work with every single person on our team, step in and working with the field deputies regardless of the transportation issue, always saying yes to weekend events, talking to constituents in the field, doing videos promoting bike safety, tabling at Ciclavia, working with interest groups on this issue like Streets for All, LACBC, and so many others to try to bring a community-driven approach to this issue that we just know does not have sort of that energy that it deserves. And one thing I can point to that Rogelio was just incredible in implementing is the 2.1 miles of protected bike lanes on the iconic Hollywood Boulevard, which was completed, in my opinion, in a very quick timeline, because we know the city moves slowly. In just less than a year, we completed that entire project, and that was because of the work that Rogelio has done. And so I'm really sad to see him leave, but I know that he's going on to support on much larger citywide projects, and I know he would be just an incredible teammate and asset for many more projects across the city. And so Rogelio, we're gonna miss you. You've been incredible with our team, and we wish you all the best of luck. And on behalf of the City of LA, we're going to give you a certificate. And maybe one day, we'll name those bike lanes Rogelio Pardo Hollywood Bike Lanes.
Sad day. Rogelio, we're going to miss you and all our bordering projects. So next, I'll call on Councilmember Rodriguez, followed by Councilmember Lee.
Thank you. And tonight we are hosting our second annual movie night at the Hanson Dam Aquatic Center. A few weeks ago when we hosted it, it was actually still a little chilly, but thankfully the heat wave is now sunk in and ready for tonight's poolside movie night where we're going to be screening Moana. A couple weeks ago, and I was surprised how many folks stuck it out in the pool, and even though it was a little chilly, but we had over 1,600 individuals enjoying our summer movie night. We expect to have at least that, if not going into a few thousand this evening. We've got food trucks, resource booths, and a number of activities for young people. Families can come watch it from the sandy beach or the pool, and free popcorn as well. We look forward to seeing everybody at movie night tonight at 6 o'clock at the Hanson Dam Aquatic Center.
Great, 1,600, it's huge, incredible. Councilmember Lee.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Colleagues, as you've probably heard by now. On Tuesday night, we found out that there was a valve failure, which then caused on Wednesday for over 9,000 homes to lose connection to water throughout Council District 12. I just want to thank all the crews that have been working around the clock to fix this problem, and to thank all the different departments that have worked so closely with the mayor's office, with my office, in making sure that Council District 12 has as many resources as possible for people to obviously take showers, use bathrooms, but also make sure that we had the resources with this hot weather to make sure that we had extra resources at our fire stations, different water tender trucks in our area, so we could make sure that we could battle anything that was put in front of us. I'm happy to announce, while I know everyone in Council District 12 that was affected is starting to see water come back when they turn on their faucets, to please, DWP is urging you to please still conserve water as much as possible. We need to not only fill the distribution lines, but also fill up the 10 million gallon tank that we have servicing the area. So while I know that there is water, I know there's critical things that we need to use it for bathrooms and washing your hands and drinking, please to remember that what the boil order is, I believe, is still in, but to check 1-800-DIAL-DEWP if you have any questions, or to check the website to make sure to see if your area is still affected. But please, until an all clear is given, to please still conserve water. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Councilmember Lee. Councilmember Nazarian is also on the queue for an announcement.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Wanted to invite everyone this weekend. It's going to be a busy weekend in Council District 2. We're having a concert in the park, NoHo Summer Nights, 7 p.m., North Hollywood Park. We're going to be featuring DJ Sal Roses, and it starts at 7 p.m. And then on Sunday night, we are going to have a movie in the park featuring Sonic the Hedgehog 3 at Tierra Street Park at 7:30 p.m. Saturday night, there'll be food, music, a lot of different booths for people to stop by and ask questions. And I ask that everyone brings canned goods and or non-perishables to donate to the North Hollywood Interfaith Food Pantry. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Lovely to see activities across the entire city. And seeing no further announcements, I ask, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. McCosker, go ahead.
Something just actually transpired. At the head of this meeting, I talked about the Peace Patrol member in the harbor area who was arrested by masked, unidentified agents purporting to be ICE agents. And that organization just contacted me to let us know that they will be holding a press conference at the Japanese Memorial on Terminal Island at 12:30, so just in about a little over 40 minutes. And the Japanese Memorial is located at 1124 South Seaside in San Pedro address. It's on Terminal Island, 12:30, and just wanted to make the press aware of that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilmember McCosker. And I believe that's our final announcement. Members, please rise for adjourning motions. Members to my left, adjourning motion, Councilmember Lee, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Colleagues, today I rise with a heavy heart to adjourn in memory of a remarkable man, a pillar of the West Hills community, and my dear friend, Merle Schreibman, who passed away on August 1st at the age of 80 years old, following a courageous battle with cancer and complications with his heart and lungs. Born in Cleveland, Ohio on April 17, 1945, Merle showed an early love for theater and film that never left him. After moving to California, he earned both his bachelor's and master's degree from UCLA, specializing in theater, radio, television, and film. That early spark would ignite a lifetime dedicated to the art of storytelling and the nurturing of future talent. As a professor at UCLA for nearly 3 decades, Merle shaped generations of filmmakers, directors, and producers. He was known not only for his technical expertise, but also for his infectious humor, his deep well of kindness, and his unwavering belief in the potential of his students. His 2 books, The Indie Producer's Handbook and The Film Director Prepares, are still widely used in film schools across the country. But Merle didn't just teach the art, he lived it. He was also a prolific director, producer, writer, and actor. His creative journey took him from the Cleveland Playhouse to the sound stages of Los Angeles, where he worked alongside legends, mentored under icons, and never stopped evolving. And through it all, he never lost his love for the craft. But most importantly, Merle was what we remembered as a loving father, a proud grandfather, a brother, and a mentor, and of course, a loyal friend. He made history as one of the first single men in California to be allowed to adopt a child. And his bond with his son Ian and his grandchildren Ariella and Axel was a source of immense pride and joy. Merle was, in every sense of the word, extraordinary. He had a gift, not just for directing a scene or crafting a shot, but for seeing the good in people and lifting them up. His life was a masterclass in how to lead with heart, humor, and with purpose. And I just want to say on a personal note, the West Hills Neighborhood Council has had an amazing ability to put politics aside and differences aside and focus on what's important for their community. And Merle, while never in a leadership position, was always one of those people who put together events. You could count on the annual Valentine's Day dance, where a senior dance, where we invited seniors from the area to come together and have Valentine's dinner and dancing with our community, which my wife and I go to every single year. You can count on Merle to bring community together. Just an example of what a neighborhood council can do when they work together about creating community. He organized a yearly Halloween house decorating contest where we would drive all throughout the district and pick out different houses in different categories and give out awards to those houses that best fit those different categories. And he brought people from the entertainment industry, people from the community together to judge these houses. And it was an annual event that so many of us look forward to. Merle was somebody with an incredible heart. His memory is a blessing. And to his family, just know what an incredible difference he made in the city of Los Angeles. And there are so many people, not only on the part of the community, but especially on the West Hills Neighborhood Council. They are such a close-knit group, and I know they're watching right now, and we are all going to miss him very much, but we will remember him fondly in our hearts. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Councilmember Lee, and I'm sorry for your loss. Any other adjourning motions? Councilmember McCosker.
Thank you very much. Colleagues, I ask that we adjourn today's meeting in the memory of Robert Bob Anthony Santich, who passed away on July 19th at the age of 86. Bob Santich was more than a lifelong resident of San Pedro. He was a devoted husband, a loving father, a grandfather, very successful businessman, and a proud Trojan. He passed away peacefully at home, surrounded by his family, and holding the hand of his wife of 64 years, Rose. His final moments were filled with the same love, warmth, and strength that defined his life. Bob graduated from San Pedro High School in 1956, earning both athletic and academic scholarships to USC. There, he was a proud member of the 1958 National Championship baseball team under a Hall of Fame coach, Rod Dedeaux. He went on to earn both a bachelor's and a master's degree in business administration from SC, setting the foundation for a successful business career after baseball. For over 6 decades, Bob dedicated his professional life to Dart Warehouse and Transportation, which Coach Dedeaux founded. For the last 25 years, Rob has served as president and executive board member of that company. Known for his kindness and integrity, he treated everyone with respect. He led by example. He was passionate about his work, but also carved out time to spend with his wife, his family, watch USC football and baseball. To his wife, Rose, his children, Anthony, who's here with us today, Esther and Robert, and his grandchildren, we send our deepest condolences and gratitude for sharing Bob with us all. May he rest in peace. I grew up with Anthony, getting to know each other really in the teen and high school years, and spent a lot of time around the dining table and knew Anthony's dad and was always so pleased to see him in community, and I would stop and say hello even as he was getting sick. Always a gentleman. And with your permission, I would like my friend Anthony Santich, if he can, just to say a couple of words about his father.
Thank you. I want to thank you for honoring the memory of my dad, Bob Santich, today. He was just the best man I've ever known. He'd always say you could accomplish anything with enough love and hard work, and he brought those virtues to his job every day for over 60 years. Much like the same way Council Member McCosker brings those same virtues, love and hard work, to our district, and we appreciate it. Just really quick, my dad was from this really small Croatian family, but he married into a giant, loud Italian Croatian family in San Pedro. They had over 800 people at their wedding. My dad said he knew about 10 of them. But my dad used to joke about the Trutaniches, and you may have known Carmen Trutanich, who was a city attorney, but they were just this giant family. And he used to say being married to a Trutanich was like a walk in the park, Jurassic Park. But my dad claim to fame was he hit a home run to get those Trojans into the '58 national championship. In a Jim Murray article, many years later, they declared that one of the top 10 moments in Trojan baseball history. Last week when Tim had learned, council member had learned my dad had passed, he sent me a very thoughtful and kind message. And he signed off with the USC battle cry, "Fight on." Now that would have made my dad smile a lot, knowing that he could get a Notre Dame alum moved to the point where he would say, "Fight on." So thank you again on behalf of my family. God bless Bob Santich, and God bless the City Council and all the wonderful work you guys do. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you so much. And any other adjourning motions on my left? Adjourning motions on my right? Councilmember Park.
Thank you, Councilwoman. I have two today. I'm going to start with Marlene Sedan. It is with deep sadness that I ask that we adjourn today in honor of Marlene Sedan. We are joined by her son, Jamie. Born in Toronto, she married Sandor Stern, and they moved to LA in 1970. From Hidden Hills to Beverly Hills, eventually she settled on the west side in Mar Vista. Marlene was a loving mother and grandmother. She worked various jobs while raising her 4 sons. She worked for Jim Henson and the Muppets in the late 1970s and early 80s. She worked in magazine publishing and then in TV and film production for a time here in LA, from the TV series Alf to a remake of Splendor in the Grass. But her passion was early childhood development. She adored children. She worked as a teacher and a preschool director, running her own school for a number of years in Mar Vista. She was considered the original punk rock mom, allowing wayward kids from Hollywood to take refuge in her home, a safe place to reset for teens from broken homes. She was mom to many punk rock kids in the early 1980s. Marlene had a wicked sense of humor and the biggest heart. She could find out the life story of everyone she met because she genuinely cared about people and their stories. In her later years, Marlene lived in Venice Beach and was very involved in the Jewish community around the boardwalk at the Bar Community Center. Marlene carved out a life for herself and her boys and provided a home full of love and laughter. I first met Marlene several years ago, and she shared with me a lot of the experiences that she had been struggling with living right at Oceanfront Walk. She provided mentorship and a perspective on issues and things that had worked and not worked right there in that very unique little community. I'm incredibly grateful for the time that she spent sharing her wisdom with me. And I'm, on behalf of all of Council District 11, incredibly grateful for the role that she played in our community. She passed away at the age 87 on Monday, July 7th, in her sleep. She's survived by her 4 sons and their wives and partners, Sean Stern and Elizabetta Covizi, Mark Stern and Danielle Paust, Adam Stern and Mersa Nichols, Jamie Stern and Dana Stern, as well as her 3 granddaughters, Madison, Fauna, and Zuma. She'll be missed beyond words.
Thank you so much, Councilmember. My deepest condolences.
And I have one more.
Please.
They're always hard, but this one's really hard. As we are adjourning today, I want to take a moment to recognize a tragic anniversary. A year ago today, 16-year-old Samantha, who was known as Sammy Lieber, a lifelong student at Brentwood School, died in an ATV accident while on vacation with her family in Wyoming. Today, we are joined by Sammy's parents, Carla and Rod, along with some friends from the Brentwood community. So on behalf of the entire council and city of Los Angeles, we extend our deepest condolences for this heartbreaking loss. Thank you for allowing us a moment to remember Sammy today. The first thing people would notice about Sammy from a very young age was her infectious laugh and smile. She was a kid who truly brought joy to the world, a kind and gentle soul who loved to dance and draw and listen to music. As she grew, her skills developed, and she became a wonderful young artist who sketched and painted, not only for fun, but as a respite from the intense demands on teenagers these days. Another thing you should know about Sammy is that she had plans, lots of plans. Last summer, she was getting an early start on new concepts as editor of the school yearbook while training hard for the varsity cheer squad. She had her eye on Tulane University, where she hoped to advance her skills in arts and graphics and join a sorority. After college, she thought about a job in design and maybe about getting married, having 2 or 3 kids. The names were already picked out, and they would all live in a modern farmhouse with chickens, of course. Sammy's middle school teacher, Betsy Sandler, remembers Sammy's determination and kindness, inspiring both students and teachers to make each day meaningful and special. Last summer, Sammy began teaching kids in South LA the same art skills that brought her so much joy and peace. In her memory, her parents have created the Sammy Foundation, which provides art and music supplies and support to schools in LA and all across the country. The foundation has already supplied over 2,000 kids, many displaced by the Altadena fires, with Inspired by Sammy art kits. As the council member for a devastated Brentwood community, I'm heartbroken, but I'm also inspired by Sammy's kindness, compassion, determination, and talent. For the hundreds who were touched by her loss and the thousands who know her story, I want you to know that we will always remember and honor her legacy. May she rest in peace.
Thank you, Councilmember Park, and to the parents of Sammy. You want to say something?
Could I say something?
Yes, please.
Come on up.
I wasn't going to speak today because I didn't think I could, and I won't keep you long because I know you all have other things to do. But Councilmember Park said, "Remember Sammy." That's our motto: is "Remember Sammy." That's what we're going for. But I actually want to say to you for a moment, don't remember Sammy. I want you to think about the person in your family who is that young little one. Sammy was the 8th grandchild, the littlest. Think about the person in your family that inspires you most, that you always have to give a hug to, that you always have to protect. That was Sammy in our family. And all I would ask is that you go and think about that person and give her a hug or him a hug, and take that moment, because you never know when you won't get any more moments. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Your grief is really unimaginable, and we join you in your grief. Thank you, Councilmember Park. Any other adjourning motions? Thank you all. This meeting is adjourned.
Groups with very small budgets are treated and welcomed the same way as big commercial productions. The performing